What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn, and I know you want to be a podcaster. You want a successful podcast. You want to give your views and opinions, but you just don't know how to do it correctly. That's why you got to hit up ShawnyScott.com. You want to be on radio, and you want to know how to build your radio career. ShawnyScott.com. She's done all of this. I've worked alongside her for years, and I will tell you the information that she can give you is on a value level that I can't even put a price on it. All you have to do is go to ShawnyScott.com. Your future, right now. That's it. Michael Shawn. Yeah.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap in.
Oh, I'm going to tap in for sure.
Tap in.
Yo, tap in. Good morning. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. It's a Wednesday. We made it to hump day. Everybody who made it, God bless, celebrate, congratulations, another day of life. Yes, indeed. What up there, Jay Black? What's going on with you?
We woke up this morning. Good morning, Kathy, Day One Black. Good morning, everybody. She says, we woke up, Kathy. Good morning.
Good morning. How was your night? What you do last night?
Night work. I was up late watching a little TV. I wanted to do my homework assignment with that documentary. I missed the first part of it. So on BET with Irv Gotti. So I had to wait for the replay because I didn't set up the DVR. And the replay came on like 11, 12 o'clock at night. So I was up late after, and now I'm tired, struggling. My body, I'm usually asleep by 12 o'clock. I ain't even going front. By 10:30, 11 o'clock, lately I've been crashing. And I was up late. So that was like a party night for me. That's what it felt like. It felt like I was on some afters, like I was drunk. That's how you
at the nightclub with DJ Flat Screen.
Yeah. Now I got the little slight, a little hungover a little bit. But
man, listen. How'd you like it? Because I watched it too. I did the homework. How'd you like the Irv Gotti?
Yeah, we can get into it a little later. That's what we can.
Oh, wait till everybody starts joining in.
Yeah. We a little early. I just got an alert from my credit union. I got to see what's going on. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I did see something that reminded me of you. Pause. There's a controversy in Big Brother with TMZ reports. I guess the gay guy. They didn't allow his love letter to be read. They didn't air the love letter that he wrote to his boyfriend, and they didn't air it.
Oh, snaps. I didn't even notice they didn't air it. But go ahead. I mean, it makes total sense because the gay guy won head of household. So when you win head of household for the week, you get a love letter from your family member, and you get like baskets, like things that you may have wanted in your wish list. So yeah, and generally
I just had it. Go ahead.
And generally they would let they would air it. You would read your love letter from your family member. Like it'd be, hey lady Q, send me a letter, and I'm getting all emotional and I'm reading it, and everybody all crowding around you, and so either he didn't get a letter or he got it, and you said they just didn't air that part.
They didn't air the part. Let me see. All right, this is straight from TMZ, y'all. CBS and Big Brother missed a chance to highlight an LGBTQ couple by deciding not to air the castmate Michael reading a letter from his fiance Hayden Middleton. Here's the deal: Michael won head, like you just said. Michael won head of household this week, which means he gets a letter from a loved one. But CBS didn't air the video of Michael reading the note to his fellow Big Brother players. Hayden tells TMZ he's upset his letter was not heard on TV because it would have been a good opportunity to highlight a monogamous, committed relationship at a time when there's a lot of negativity directed towards the LGBTQ community. Hayden tells us he doesn't think there was any ill intent from CBS or Big Brother, but he's still disappointed because the last two HOH winners had their letters featured on TV, and then they got a little picture of them.
But in defense of Big Brother and CBS, they don't air every last one.
Well, it's ironic that you said that because the final part of the statement says CBS does not air every letter.
They don't. They do a lot. It's like I would say out of 10, 7 of them are getting aired. But they don't do all of them.
Well, they got the actual numbers this year. Only 2 out of the 5
That's about
HOH
3
winners
now.
letters. Yep, letters made the final cut.
I'm good.
Yo,
Yeah.
that is bizarre.
Yeah. So
you think that bad publicity makes them kind of more vulnerable to actually not winning? You think that could CBS might use that like, dog, we don't need no problems like this?
No, it don't. I know you still think it's Big Brother don't work like that. They don't decide who the winner is. Like the people in the house vote. So for example, if it's 16 of us, as we're getting eliminated, voted out, the remaining top 2 at the very end that's still standing, everyone that got voted out, they get to vote for the winner. So if there's ill feelings I got towards you, I'm not voting for you to win because I don't like how you played the game. You snaked me, you lied, you was real evil within your gameplay versus someone that had a better social game. I respect how you did it. I respect the fact that you won all those competitions. I'm voting for you to win. So CBS doesn't get to say, "Oh, hey, y'all, all 10 of y'all better vote for this guy." It don't work that way. So it ain't about that. They just missed the opportunity in the social climate. But did they really? Like I get it. Like there's a lot of people that's turned off by people being gay. I mean, we can sugarcoat it all you want. There's a lot of homophobic people in the world, and which we're gonna get into that Nike ad a little later on. But there's a lot of homophobic people in the world that just ain't trying to see all that and ain't trying to hear all that. If they can avoid it, let's avoid it. I know
If you
it's
don't,
tough to hear.
if you think CBS, if you truly believe CBS got pissed about this, that they couldn't manipulate that game, you're really all the way in. Like, you really think they made a TV show called Big Brother? I get what you're saying. By
It's
rules,
competitions.
no, by the competition, I get what you're saying. But are they allowed to watch TV?
No, they don't have any outside access to the world. That's why you don't know anything. They don't know who won the NBA games. They don't know what just happened in the world. Like they don't know all this stuff. They don't have their cell phones, so they're not on social media. They're not watching TV. They know nothing. It's literally just you locked away. You're what is it? Not excluded, seclusion, whatever it is. You're secluded from the world. So they have no idea what's going on.
If you think the big wigs of CBS, if they wanted to manipulate this game, you don't really I'm saying
for
you're
the
right.
winner for all the competitions,
not the competitions, or there's some way to manipulate. But I will say this: so he can get another letter from Hayden, right? If he wins the head,
if he wins head of household again, in theory, it would be another love letter, but it could be from a different family member. I doubt if the same person back to back. Like if Lady Q wrote me, I won this week, and then I happen to win 2 weeks later. All right, she done already said what she said. So it's like, what more can she say other than, yeah, like I said last time, like
maybe that's the only person he got. Maybe his family might not be messing with him.
Yeah, he wearing them sweaters.
Yeah, those are the ugly Christmas sweaters. I went to an ugly Christmas sweater party one time. Yeah, I was like,
it is a lot of homophobic people. I don't think CBS I guess they could have just said, we don't want to air this, or it could have been because it's so much content. Because this has been a crazy season. There's so much content you got to get in. If you're going to lose something, I'm going to lose the gay guy reading a letter to his gay lover. That may turn some people off. So if I can avoid that as a company, maybe that's how they looked at it.
That's
Good morning, Tam, Jeanette, Rochelle. But yeah, so that's funny that you saw a Big Brother story. That's interesting.
It was the second. Let me see. It was I think it was like the third story for TMZ. It must have been a slow day.
No, I mean that's big news because it is big. The LGBT, the community, they every opportunity that they can get to get noticed, they want to be noticed. And if they're not noticed, some people look at it as a black eye, or they're ashamed, or that this. you know how some white people say black people, you just using a race card.
Right.
Sometimes I don't know if it's just they're using the community card and trying to just highlight everything that don't need to be highlighted. But hey, I don't know. Good morning, Stacy Mitchell. Good morning, Jacqueline. I think I saw Jacqueline. Yeah, I did.
What
Jacqueline.
up, y'all? What up? So yeah, that made me laugh when I saw that story. The other thing that I was shocked about, well, not shocked.
Their phones. No, they don't have their phones on show.
They don't have their phones. Nope. Jay Black don't think CBS could manipulate if they wanted to, but
I'm saying you can always producers can manipulate or lean towards different directions up to a certain point. I can tell you a fastball is coming swing, but that don't mean you're gonna be able to hit that fastball and get a home run. You know, it can be a pop fly, you can miss. So I get what you're saying to some degree, but when you watch the show and you legit watch the seasons, you see how I mean, it ain't but so much they can do. It's legit. It's all about you, the people in your house. They can try to feed you stuff to throw you off, but no, ultimately. I knew you. That's why I didn't bring that person on from Big Brother, because I said, Mike, he be thinking everything's a scam with this. Good morning.
Good morning. Who's the white Mike and Jay Black? The white Mike. I don't know. But I got this. It's so funny. This light, the light that I got. I think either I have it too close or I don't know. I'm not getting up to adjust it. What up? Action. So Big Brother's a big deal. No pun intended.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. Obviously, it's been on for a long time. I watched it the first season for a little while, then I stopped watching it. Another person that's a big deal is Travis Scott. So Travis Scott, the rapper, who I actually like, of the new generation of rappers, but he's been around for a while, so he's really not the new generation of rappers. He's been around for a while. He's on a concert tour, and he's in London. His merch alone at the concert hit $1 million. $1
million.
$1 million. It broke the UK sales record for merch. So that means any artist who's ever performed in the UK, he sold more merch than everybody. He broke the record. $1 million alone on T-shirts and Travis Scott hats and hoodies and
that ain't got nothing to do with the bootleggers.
And that ain't got nothing to do with the bootleggers.
The ones out there hustling.
So you can imagine if they didn't have the bootleggers and man, listen. Shout out to you, homie. Shout out to anybody who's able to rock that out. Travis,
and they probably mad because of the whole Astro World thing, still blaming him. So it's probably a case where as though they're like, oh, he need to give that money to the families, or I know he's doing a lot, you know, even though it ain't his fault. But that is so that means he sold more than that Asian group, the BTK. What's the name?
BTS. He broke the BTS's UK sales record, which is hard to beat anything. If you go to the supermarket, I was at the grocery store and I was in line. Because there was only one person there. I normally do the self-check, but there was only one person in line, so I got in line. That BTS group was on like 4 different magazine covers. Now, I don't know who buys magazines anymore. They still sell them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know who buys magazines anymore. I just know their faces were like on 4 different covers of the magazine.
Oh, yeah, they doing it. It was like 9 people in the group or something like that. Yeah, they doing it.
My twins love them.
Your twins love them so much that they learned another language because
they learned they eat with chopsticks. My twins eat with chopsticks. They can eat anything with chopsticks. They literally can eat rice with chopsticks.
They was rocking with these boys. Are they Asian, Chinese? Like, what are they?
I don't even want to get the lion. I don't even want to get the lion. I don't even know. All I know is their swagger is all the way up now. I saw them perform at the Grammys. And the only reason I've ever seen the growth of these guys is because the twins watched them so much. So I saw them in the beginning when they were performing. Then I saw them at the Grammys, and their whole swag was different. Like, everything was different. Like, all of a sudden, they was, what up, Don Page? So, yeah, my daughters are amazingly into BTS, something so crazy. And so I saw that I said, damn. I said, the merch game. Bill Burr, the comedian, has the funniest joke. He said, you can't run for the presidency unless you can sell some merch. Talking about Trump. He said, you can sell whatever, you can say whatever you want, but you saw the mega hats all over the place. Like, and I was like, yo, he's right. You really did see the mega hats all over the place. That merch went crazy. And Speaking of merch, when they raided, I found out yesterday on the news when they raided Trump's house.
When they served the search warrant, they didn't raid.
I
It
still
was
call
a
the
search
raid
warrant.
a search warrant.
Lady Q said that's the white man's mind word and trying to trick you. There's something about they wanted to sound worse than what it really is. They served a search warrant. So
yes,
it's not
they
like
served,
they just invaded. Yeah, it was a
they
search
served
warrant.
the search warrant, but the activity is a raid. The activity that took place, they raided his house.
Yeah,
whatever, tit for tat, whatever.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, I didn't know it went so far as they checked his wife's wardrobe. They ransacked the wife's wardrobe. They were like, we don't know where homie might have put this at. We going through the panty drawer.
Yeah, when it's a search warrant, they looking for the secret compartment that they got in that floorboard. They looking for that side little in that closet. We know you take that, yeah, boom. We know you got that door in there. They looking for all that.
So the plan was so thorough that New York, he's going to be in court. Nobody knows if he's going to speak, but he has to be in court in New York today for a deposition. Wow. So they don't know if the lawyer is going to have him speak, but he's supposed to be in court in New York because they are going after the usage of his organization's money in New York City. They've been waiting for years. They've been trying for years to get him on this.
Follow the money. That's
so now what's up, Ashley? Good morning, love. So that's a whole, I said, my God. Like I said yesterday, y'all, you see there, he got his folks already protesting in front of his house.
I saw that. They out there protesting in support of Trump. Yes. But I watched a lot of CNN yesterday just to fully understand the play. Because I'm like, all right, what's the play? What's the move here? What are we trying? So they're just trying to get him convicted on anything. And you're not supposed to take archives home. So that alone is worth a conviction. And once you're convicted, then you can't have a sitting office or something like that. So once he's convicted of any type of crime, he can't run. And you have to do it before 60 days of an election or something. And with the the midterms coming in November, I guess they had to move. It had to be before 60 days of that. And so they're all really methodical with this so he can't run in 2024, which I'm all for it if that's the real play. But that's what it seems like. That's the play. So he can't be convicted of any crime.
Now, the scary part is I just read it on there's some type of loophole. Like they can't stop him. They can't stop him from running, but there's some type of loophole that can happen. I'm just gonna tell y'all Democrats something. Don't screw this up.
You got him right now. You only get one shot. You only get one chance.
Yeah. In all honesty, the collusion thing with Russia really should have been your last chance. That should have been the last chance when you got him and everybody was testifying and you had everybody in there. So that was so you got a bonus chance. They gave you a bonus opportunity.
Yeah, January 6th. You're right. They got multiple chances here.
Yeah.
I ain't even think about it from that. Yeah.
If the Teflon Don gets through this.
But you got a judge signing off search warrants. That's different.
I hope
it's somebody that you put in spot. And that judge must have gave him, because I watch a lot of movies. You got to give that judge a lot of insight for him to sign off on a search warrant. So they must have showed
a former
something.
president.
Yeah, they showed some stuff.
Because listen, say what you want, you might despise Trump and whatever. And I'm not a Trump fan at all. In no way. I'm just trying to do this and not sound like I'm just being CNN and Fox and how they are. You really better have all your ducks in a row. I don't even know why that's saying. Why? What does that seem? What does that mean? Ducks in a row? Like, why would ducks be in a row? But anyway, yeah, I guess they okay. You gotta have all your ducks in a row, because if he gets through this one,
I told you it was a collusion. It's a witch hunt.
It's a witch hunt. I'm telling you right now.
There's nothing to find.
There's nothing here.
Nothing to see here, people.
Dog, he sent a tweet out talking about, because Joe Biden's been having, these rumors are strictly rumors, but Joe Biden's been having some problems in his speeches. Every once in a while, he just like veers off in a weird thing. And this guy Trump went on Twitter and just basically said, that this guy's resting safely, basically in one of them old folks' homes, making fun of some of the things that he's been doing and some of the speeches. Some of the speeches is weird. Like some it just comes out of nowhere, and they're like 4 words that you don't understand. Like out the clear blue sky, like it just hits, and then he regains it. The mama duck with the little ducks behind. Okay, thank you, Ashley, because I didn't get the the ducks in a row. You're right. The mama duck would be in the front, and then the little ducks would be quack, 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 quack. Morning with Nikki White Chocolate.
Good morning, Nick. Oh, you missed all the Big Brother talk, Nikki. Watch it later. Rewind the show. Because she's a Big Brother fan too.
Yes, I know you focused. I know y'all are focused on it. So please, y'all, please don't screw this up, y'all. Please don't screw this up.
Get that man. We got him against the ropes right now.
Now, if anybody thinks he's going to jail, he's not going to jail. So anybody who thinks he's going to jail, he's not going to jail. New York is going to try, maybe, but he's not going to jail. He's not going to go.
I ain't worried about going. I just want him convicted of something so he can't run. Because once he can't run, then I guess that's when all the other Republicans going to they got to switch up then, because now he ain't the front man. They got to pivot and who's next? Who we getting behind? They got to act like it never happened.
And I don't even know who in the heck.
No, because Ducklins followed their mom in a row.
No, because Ducks followed their mom in a row. Oh, yeah. It's early action. It's early. Calm down. It's early. Ducks in a row. I'm not a big duck fan. I don't watch the Animal Network, the Animal Kingdom Network or whatever.
Animal Planet.
I've seen ducks. I just never paid attention to the mama duck. Maybe the mama duck wasn't there when I saw the ducks. Maybe,
it was just the dad.
Yeah. Or maybe it was the dad and they wasn't in a straight line. Maybe I didn't see him in a straight line because the dad don't know how to control the ducks because the ducks don't be follow the mom. And it's like when you babysit the kids, all of a sudden, they eat chocolate cake in the morning time when you sit there with your kids, Maybe the daddy duck was like, ducks in a row are overrated. Hey, let them be free. Why let them live outside the box? Maybe they win a circle. Maybe they win. I don't know. I don't know what I saw. What up, Sequisa? Morning.
On this Wellness Wednesday, she should be coming up later on this morning too.
Yeah, and I gotta ask her about what is the real name on the monkeypox because I can't pronounce it. There's a name. There's an actual medical name, but we're using monkeypox. Nobody ever says. You remember what we used to call it, Corona, and then we got used to calling it COVID-19.
Afro Queen got a picture updated. I'm sorry.
Hey, Afro Queen. Remember we used to call it Corona, and then everybody started, calling it COVID-19.
Yeah, COVID-19.
And that was like and that turned into. Well, then Donald Trump remixed that and turned it into the China thing. And Jesus, can't believe that. I still can't, even though he had a point. I mean, it did come from China. Like, I mean, was he really being racist by saying it was the? I mean, they kind of created it, but so I mean, I don't know what to do. But the monkeypox is getting serious, and I tell you who right now, everybody's scared of the monkeypox thing. Like I told you, COVID-19 can't keep us inside. Monkeypox can. If this thing gets anywhere near where COVID was. But my sports fans, they are already setting up how they're changing how they're giving the vaccine for the monkeypox. There's some adjustment that they're making. We'll ask Sequisa about it. There's some adjustment that they're making. Let me tell you who don't want this thing to turn into a vaccine situation is the Brooklyn Nets and Kyrie Irving, who just signed a 2-year, $67 million contract. Whoever Kyrie Irving is playing for, what that NBA team is really stressing is please don't turn this into a place where we need mandatory vaccinations. What was what the action said?
So she's scared of that monkeypox.
I am too. I want to run again. I think
he's talking about Trump. What you got? What you say?
Action. I want him to run again because we know him. The other Republicans are smarter and could do more damage if they run and win. I don't know.
No, we're not rooting for Trump to run again, action. That's what we can't do. There's no way.
He did a pretty good job screwing up the Supreme Court. He did a pretty good job screwing that up.
I know Action ain't just see that. See, but we got to remember, Action's in a different tax bracket, too. So sometimes we're in a different tax bracket. You go over the money. I don't know. I don't know what that was, Action. I'm going to let that
Wait, I get what he's saying. The other Republicans are smarter, could do more damage. But the thing is, he's more reckless. He's more reckless. Listen, my conspiracy theory is that the reason why we pulled out of the Ukraine and moved everything, I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it's fact. When Trump pulled us out and pulled our military bases out of the Ukraine, it wasn't coincidental that Russia attacked the Ukraine not too far after we removed all our military presence in the Ukraine. That wasn't coincidental. I don't want to get too political. But that wasn't.
We got other stuff to talk about. We don't come to us for political news.
That's like me and Jay in the parking lot, and we find out like we got security with us, And immediately after we move our cars, everybody's car gets stolen. Everybody gonna look at us like, well, why ain't y'all tell us? What? We got what? We ain't know nothing. This is coincidental. It's just coincidental. Everybody else's car got stolen. Me and Jay just moved ours. And we took our security with us.
We out.
Why would they stay? Why we can't leave our security there? That's not what they get paid for. They get paid to secure us.
You gotta move, gotta go.
This is where you get basic political analogies. Nothing too complicated. Just basic political analogies. That's all you get from us, man. That's all you get. What else was going on?
And on the sad news, but yeah, I looked into it. Y'all talked about the Philly stabbing yesterday or 2 days ago, where the boyfriend or fiance or whatever stabbed up the girl and 18 times and left the knife still in her head. Like, that's super sad story. I looked into it. That really was sad. Like,
wait, when I told you yesterday it wasn't sad, when I told you the 18 stabs that wasn't sad enough for you?
I didn't know. Like, I heard what you said, but I looked into it and I was like, yo, they started to GoFundMe. I'm looking at videos of the little girls now without their mom, and I'm looking at the dude like, yeah, he looked a little suspect. Like, something wasn't right. So just looking at his mugshot there.
He got some wide eyes with it. Like,
apparently she already had a protection order on him that he couldn't come near her. Obviously, that piece of paper don't stop nobody from running up on you. But she had the protection order. She's 34-year-old black chick. I was like, man, my peoples, what are we doing? So the GoFundMe is up. I just saw that and I just said, hey, let's just to pay that back off from yesterday. But yeah, domestic violence is real. You get them signs. I thought she might have cheated, and I'm trying to figure out, like, what did she do? Like, what happened? How did it build up to this? Was it warning signs? I'm all on that mode. And then I looked more into it, and I just outright felt bad for the girl.
I ain't doing any research.
Comments.
I don't ask.
Us about politics. Not politics. No, don't come to us.
You guys funny.
I'm
all right, so no, but if he runs again, he'll lose. He's still hated by the majority of Americans. I hope, man, because y'all guaranteed me the first time he ran. The first time he ran, y'all guaranteed me that. Y'all were like, ain't no way in the world he gonna win. He grabbing vaginas. He ain't gonna win. No way. He's grabbing vaginas. He ain't gonna win.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't nowhere in hell.
Ain't no way.
The whole Billy Bush thing and extra TV, whatever it was.
The whole.
He was grabbing, I saw it. There's no way. Chicks ain't gonna vote for this guy.
Ain't no way. White women still voted. Yeah, domestic violence is real.
Yeah, that's just a sad story looking at them little girls. And I'm glad at least to GoFundMe, they already hit their goal of 30,000. They up to 60. I'm sure it's probably rose since last night. But yeah, I was all on her IG and face. I was looking at a lot of her stuff like, dang, shorty, she's all about them six. She has 6 kids. That's a lot of kids too. But she's all about them. They singing and playing like little kids. And I legit felt bad, like bad. Like, but yeah, so domestic violence, people, if you see them early signs, because I be having tendencies sometimes myself, but I'm like, I'm not like that. Like that, but dang. I argue. I just like to argue sometimes, like disagree, but not to go stab nobody up. And
well, arguing is part of domestic violence. They'll call that verbal abuse. Nope.
I can disagree. We can go back and forth.
No. If you curse at somebody, I'm telling you right now, please believe me, I got facts behind it. You cursing somebody out, they'll call that verbal abuse. It's called verbal harassment. Trust me, it's on the books.
So I can't argue with my mate or my spouse. We can't go back and forth.
If you're yelling and
disagreeing,
you're cursing, no. I'm saying, well, you don't yell. I yell. You know me. Yeah, if you yell and you get to the motherfucker this and bitch and you son of and you need to shut the and they call the cops and they put verbal harassment, guess what? That's on the books in Jersey. I'm just gonna let you know for facts.
Damn.
Matter of fact, don't even try and discipline your kid in Jersey.
Is it disorderly conduct? Like I can get disorderly conduct.
You can get, it's called verbal harassment.
And that's under domestic.
And don't try and discipline your kid. Don't try and put your hands on your kid either, because that'll be called assault. Just letting you know. If your kid puts her or his hands on you and you retaliate, it's now you got to get a lawyer and you literally have to go to court to prove. And whoever calls first is the person who calls first.
So it's no self-defense.
And they can make it. They can make it if the person lives in your house and puts a restraining order on you. You can't go to your own house.
At least not for that night. They say you got to probably separate for the night to cool the heads.
No, then you got to go to court. First they sign it. It's a 3 month straight up the door, and then you got to go to court. Then you got to fight the 3 months.
Well, let's not keep talking because it sounds like you got somebody like you sound like you very well versed in this. Like I don't know,
well versed, very well versed.
Like, well, damn. Like, wait, I can't cut to my own crib. Wait, I pay the mortgage. What do you mean? Where I supposed to go? Am I supposed to? All right. Well,
real talk.
Yeah,
but it's a touchy situation. But let's get to the Irv Gotti thing.
Yeah,
last night, Irv Gotti, Judge Mathis just made a statement that Ashanti should press charges on homeboy. Yeah. He did. He did.
For Irv Gotti for saying that he was in love with her and
any type of it never happened to us. But when radio stations are literally talking about somebody's personal life, you can send a cease and desist where you can't mention it ever again. Like you can't mention all this personal stories and all this other stuff that wasn't a public whatever. But yeah, I don't know how big a deal it would. I don't know what would happen in court. I'm not well versed in that situation. But I watched the documentary.
Okay.
I was entertained.
Okay.
I was entertained by it. I think it's always kind of cool to see how something that big comes together when in actuality, for assassinating her character and calling her all types of B. Yeah. I think it's kind of cool that Ja Rule, when he met Ja Rule, he wasn't even supposed to meet Ja Rule. He got conned into meeting Ja Rule by Black Child. Black Child said, yo, I'll come meet you, but I need to bring my 2 boys, and boom, by coincidence, he meets Ja Rule. They signed the group.
Cash Money Click.
I didn't even know the name was Cash Money Click. I remember
I remember some of this story. I told this story over the years. Mike, you done interviewed Ja Rule a billion times and never told this damn story. But
I didn't even remember the story. I was like, that's how y'all met. Yeah, what I was impressed by, and I gotta tell you, man, we gotta give credit where credit's due. We're gonna critique Irv Gotti. You gotta give him credit. The documentary airs, and then Tales, which is his show, airs after that. Then they replay the documentary. Then they replay Tales. You literally had BET on Smash for like 3 hours.
4 hours, yeah.
4 hours. Like on Smash. Just back to back his stuff. And I actually thought the show was really good on Tales. Because, he takes a hip-hop song, then they make a story from the hip-hop song. It was called Fight the Power by Public Enemy.
One of the dopest joints. Yeah.
And the actual, it was hot. Like, I ain't gonna lie, the show, I was like, wow, this is a dope-ass story. It really is. The documentary was cool. Ashanti wasn't on his documentary, right? Did Ashanti go on there? She wasn't on there.
Ashanti ain't gonna be on that documentary. Actually, for what? Because I said I disagree with the whole. I don't know. I'll get more in there. But my Irv Gotti takeaway for those who watched the documentary was bet on yourself, believe in yourself. When those doors close, if you're passionate about something, like he walked away from money because he felt like they wouldn't sign DMX, you ain't the best fit for me. I'm telling you, I am hip hop. He's going to be that dude. And when Leor and Def Jam didn't want to sign DMX, he was like, all right, I'm out. And he left. They ended up tracking him back down and said, no, let's do it. Let's boom. And like he kept believing and betting in himself, even when he wanted to sign with the label. And, another one gave him more money. And it's amazing. That was one of my key takeaways thus far is it's tough. We get scared like, oh man, if we fail in life, that's what we do. We get nervous. We try to go with the sure thing. And he kept betting on himself. And that's a key piece to a lot of these successful individuals. They believe in them and they like, no, I'm going to keep going. We just crumble a lot of times. Like, no, let's just take that.
No, that's real talk. But Leor Cohen is funny as hell. How you going to offer him half of what Sony offered him and then say, well, I shouldn't have to pay for my family to. Well, wait a second.
We like family, so I shouldn't have to.
How do you pay the family less than what the other person's going to pay them? And I'm talking about half.
Yeah, 3
And
million
Irv
versus
went.
1.5 million.
Irv went. And listen, you got to give him credit. We do not see Jay-Z take part in stuff like this very often. We do not see Jay-Z take part in things like this very often.
Oh, okay.
Trying to pull Mike's card. The Mike was the first time I heard.
First time you
about
heard
it.
about the Ja Rule story. Yeah, no, okay. I didn't know why she hate me. I didn't know it was because of something else I said.
No, I don't
Like,
remember.
Mike, my memory is horrible too, though. But Ja Rule, I can
tell you the truth. I can't. I would
hung
have
out with
to think.
Ja and heard the story a billion times. We done got a lot of history with Ja Rule. That come on, Mike.
I don't even remember hanging out with Ja Rule. You know what? The only person I remember hanging out with was Pharrell. When Pharrell thought Pharrell was like, "Is there any way you can get us into a strip club?" And I was like, "A strip? You're Pharrell."
Ludacris. You don't remember hanging out with people like in the club, like hanging out. You remember going with Mike Bivens and Ronnie DeVoe, right? That night we all hung out. You remember that night?
Yeah. We did hang out.
It's a lot of people, Mike. It's a whole lot.
Did. I was so mad my phone couldn't record nothing. Jesus. My throwback Thursdays would be sick. I thought the same thing about Jay-Z. He don't usually do docs, and he was on there heavy.
Yeah, I thought that was dope. When Jay was there, I was like, oh, he pulled Jay out.
That's what I'm saying. I said, Irv got to get credit. Nobody pulls Jay out for this stuff.
Yeah, he pulled Jay out. I was like, okay, all right.
And it wasn't no interviews from back in the day, because you could tell by Jay's hair. That was a recent interview. That was a recent interview that he sat down and was chit-chatting about the effects that Irv Gotti had and all that other stuff, and how they're like, and Jay-Z has admitted this, that DMX was really competitive. Like DMX was really competitive with him.
Yeah, they always was going head to head.
They was always trying to outdo each other. I mean, I don't know if they ever took any shots at each other on song. I don't think they did. And Al getting effed up.
Some AI story. Yeah, we shared a lot over the last year and a half.
Oh yeah, AI. Yeah, now I do remember sitting at Suite 450 at the bar with Allen Iverson. And I'm going to tell you the honest truth. God rest his soul. It was the year that AI won the MVP. I really believed AI was better than Kobe Bryant at that moment. And I told him. I really did believe it. I wasn't gassing him. I said, dog. And we were just going back and forth with the sports thing. And I was like, I mean, dog, he got Shaq. You don't have Shaq. At that moment, he had a guy named Theo Ratliff, and they traded him.
Theo Ratliff, a.k.a. block a shot.
Yeah, I said, no disrespect. No disrespect, but Theo Ratliff can't cover Shaq. Well, nobody in NBA history could cover Shaq. But Jesus, but I remember that hanging out. There's a lot of other hanging out. I don't remember.
Yeah, there's a ton of them. But yeah. But the Irv Gotti documentary, I'm interested. That was first episode. How often do they come on? I don't even know.
I don't even know.
Once a week as a 5-parter. But I love documentary. I love behind the music. I love that stuff. So I was all into it. I'm waiting, all right, let's get through the childhood. Let's go. Let's get this cracking. Let's get this Hard Knock Life tour going. Let's get on the road. Let's get Murder Inc. started. But yeah, it's good. BET, good job, BET. Looking forward to the next episode.
And that Tales is good. Irv got a talent for this. It's funny how the two guys who hated each other the most are doing the same thing. Irv and 50 are both making TV shows and executive producing and doing all that stuff. The two guys that hate each other probably the most in hip hop history are actually doing the same damn thing. That is hilarious. So I give it thumbs up. So far, I give it thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up. We'll see how the next episode go.
Well, it can only get better, because at a certain point they'll take you. But now it gets to stuff that I already know. So that's when I start not worrying about I don't mind if I miss it, because now it's all the stuff we already know. Like, we know about the raid, another search warrant when another search warrant was exercised by the government against him and his brother. And they, so did it get all in that?
Some behind the scenes stuff that they may show. So from Irv's perspective, so this is not like this is one of them real deal documentaries, not unauthorized like Mike Tyson's like, no, I ain't getting paid for this. This ain't me.
Then he mentioned the Mike Geronimo. A lot of y'all don't know who Mike Geronimo is. Well, he's a rapper. He's throwback, around our era rapper. And he addressed that. And, right? Geronimo got on Instagram and said, well, your beats were trash. You didn't have a whole bunch of producers. I don't know if you could say Irv Gotti's beats were trash. Now, I get the whole, I think he was more offended by him being called a bitch ass N-word. I think he was more because he made that clear that Irv Gotti, I saw you fold many a time when you called me when people were on your heels. I don't call people when people on my heels. Like, you're supposed to call people when people on your heels. That's why the term heels. They're on my heels. I need to call somebody. That's what you're supposed to do. But I don't know if you can say, I mean, I wasn't like all those hit songs that they had with Ashanti and like Holla Holla. There are certain songs I like that Ja Rule did. I wasn't a huge like fan of the singing songs, but they were great songs. It was just when you love me.
We didn't even realize he was singing back then like that, though. Honestly, it was just a good song.
No, we didn't know. I love you, baby. Like Holla. I'm trying to think of what songs did we play at Ja Rule in the club. I was like what songs? It was Holla Holla when he did the hook to I'm from New York, but that wasn't just his song. That was everybody. But those songs that were rocking, those were the female-friendly songs, and it was brilliant. It was brilliant. It was excellent. It was excellent business. And women loved those songs. And when you played them in a car and you had a girl in your car, she sang the songs. Well, guess what? That's what this music business is really based on. It's really based on the ladies.
Females 18 to 34.
There's only like, listen, man, when the verses happened, when the Locks and Dipset were on there, no one cared until 50.
Yeah, it wasn't until 50 made it.
Then he sang the rest of his career. That's brilliant too.
And then 50 started saying,
yeah,
between me and you. Yeah, that was in the club. Yeah.
Dun dun.
Between me and you, and everything to do, okay.
It was a brilliant move.
Did he discuss? No Philly love, Tam. Well, not yet. Maybe Charlie Baltimore will be coming up in episode 2 or 3. But it was all about his early upbringing and the labels and all that good stuff. So now it's going to start getting to him actually, because he didn't even know the name Murder Inc. And I never knew the story how he got the name Murder Inc. until watching that documentary. Where he got that name from and the thought process behind murdering those hits. So that Murder Inc. because it's a hit records and all that good stuff. So his thought process and wording, how he spun that.
That summer creep anthem, yeah. Real talk, Ashley. So you was taking part. You were partaking in the creeping. Yes, you were. If you know that was the creep anthem. And what I was saying, the Dipset and the Locks verses, when Dipset said, y'all don't like the ladies, y'all ain't got no music for the ladies. Even the Locks had songs for the ladies.
Yeah.
That ride or die chick. Women used to love that. They used to love that. But
EVE.
That's dope. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoyed it. You gotta give the dude you gotta give him his props.
Imagine I went on, I did a show and I just talked about me back in the day, not letting Eve go, and when we was in high, like, come on, Irv,
God,
like what Irv did, basically it's an old thing, him dating Ashanti and all that. Well, Eve, man, like, could you imagine?
That is hilarious. But it was a blessing. It was a blessing in disguise because Jay, you couldn't have handled Eve being around the Rough Riders.
Nah, I couldn't.
You couldn't. It was a blessing in disguise. That was going to end regardless.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I mean, it didn't have to end with me cheating the way I did, but
no, that did that.
That part. That's the part that always.
You managing her for a little while. You could have managed her for a little while.
I could have Ken Dude, Mary J. Blige.
You could have Ken Dude her. You could have Ken Dude her.
I could have Ken Dude her. Good morning, TP.
TP, what up? If you just joined us, TP, we were recapping the Irv Gotti documentary last night. I was just banging that Ride or Die chick. Women love that song. Rappers, I'm telling you, there's only a few rappers in this world who don't have to make female-friendly songs because they have a certain core audience, and then the females come to the hardcore. Like, I don't know if DMX had a female-friendly song, but a female-friendly song for DMX is "What You Really Want from a Somebody Let Me Know." It was Trina.
Yeah, we did live in the best era of music. If you think about it, that 90s run for all of like that, that's when Lady Q had them 90s shirts. Yeah, the 90s was
everybody
the
thinks
90s,
that
early 2000s was the best all the way up to
everybody
2005, maybe from 90s
everybody thinks
to
their era was the
2005.
best.
No, 90s to
Everybody.
2005, Mike. That was
Listen, people, let me tell y'all
special.
something. The reason why everybody thinks their era is the best is because when you are in your party mode and you are out and you outside and you got minimal responsibility and you just run in the streets, your soundtrack is your generation of music. But you can't tell somebody the 70s wasn't the hottest generation of music. Why? Because they was at discos. They was doing their thing. They was all your memories are based on the
Motown had a
soundtrack.
run. Motown, I could give them respect to Motown. Like that was
Yeah.
a Motown, and then the Michael Jackson. Like they had a run. They had a run, but it was a couple individual artists that was really popping. The 90s was the
A couple of individual artists were popping. Motown had every artist popping.
I don't
like
know.
you're not gonna tell somebody who was in a club, and or saw the Temptations perform live when they were young, that their generation of music wasn't the best generation of music. Hey, no, you know, that's Tina Turner. No, my girl, talking about my girl. How it's going down. Yup. You're not gonna get nobody. You're not gonna tell somebody when they were in the disco high as hell, dancing to Donna Summers, that they weren't when their last dance. It was like the last dance to not dance.
They were spinning around.
They were spinning around. That's what, and you know what they're gonna say in their generation? That's what couples dance. That's what couples dance to each other. You got to hold hands.
Not all that grinding up on each other. They were
not all that grinding y'all were doing.
They were just dancing.
It was just dancing.
Whatever. I saw Coolie High. Y'all were grinding too.
Y'all was grinding too. Yeah, stop playing. Everybody was grinding. I love the generation that says, yeah, all these women are so fast now. Y'all was having sex in Coolie High. We saw it. I saw the movie. Y'all was having sex in Coolie High. Y'all cheating too. Y'all were cheating too.
Saw the little house, the dollar hollers. No, they were quarter parties.
Quarter parties.
It was a quarter to get it.
Don't break my mama's stuff. We know. We saw it. There was violence back then. Co-chief died. They killed him. They killed him at the end.
They broke the mom bays. They tore up the house.
They tore up the house.
It was violence back then too.
There was violence back then.
It was thugs back then too.
They were thugs back then. There was gangs. Oh, nine. Yes, Stacey Mitchell Club Shadow. I remember going to Shadow. I remember being there. I've never liked Irv and never even knew he had a thing with Ashanti till he opened his big ass mouth. There's so many people. Wow. There's so many people, and we're jaded. Now I had it backwards. Mind you, I was minding my business. Like I was out doing what I was doing. I was worried about finding my Ashanti. What are you talking about? Like I was out there trying to find my Ashanti. So I had it backwards. I thought it was Ja Rule and Ashanti. And I thought Irv Gotti was with Ashanti's mom. I was totally wrong.
Yes, that's what we thought early on. That Irv was his mom, Irv Ashanti's mom was always in all the videos. Everywhere Ashanti go, because she, thought she was still young. She still carry herself like that right now.
If I'm married to her, I'm happy. You held up. I don't worry. Don't worry about the past. The past is the past, girl. The past is the past.
Sequisa's here. I ain't even see him. We can bring her in on this. Sequisa got some old school dialogue she can add. Good morning, our nurse practitioner.
Good morning. Did you say she held up?
Yeah, she held up well.
Ashanti's mom.
That's them old school terms. Now, Sequisa, you know that's an old school term. She done held up. We've been saying that about Angela Bassett for the last 50 years.
Out of control.
We're like, damn, Angela Bassett. Somebody got to give Angela Bassett her flowers because she's still bad as hell right now. Like, goodness gracious.
She is.
Who's your nutritionist and what?
I want to know what she's drinking.
Yeah, what you drinking and what kind of cabbage do you have that nobody knows about? That's what I said, cabbage. That's an old school food. Afro Queen, yes, because you could tell kids these days can't tell. So it's also sad and depression. We had a little bit of everything. It's not meant for us. It's not meant for us. A 20-year-old doesn't go to a studio worried about us. I hate to tell you. Like I tell people, it's simple. Like I still listen to hip hop and I still give these young rappers, like I listen. Like I'll take time out and just to hear it, and I'll know if it's good or not. I'll be like, oh, that is dope. But I'm not pumping it in the cars because I ain't got hoes. I can't
in all
relate to
different
it.
area
Yeah,
codes.
I can't relate to it no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not popping bottles. I can't relate to it no more. I'm not throwing money around. I can't relate to it no more. Like, now it's just like, well, have fun with it. You guys enjoy yourselves. In like 15 years, you'll regret buying all that jewelry. I promise you, you will. You'll regret buying all 35 cars. You'll regret it in 15, 20 years, most of y'all. But all right, Sequise, I have a question. It's Wellness Wednesdays, and I want to give you, I want you to take part in all the topics. But Wellness Wednesdays, what is the real medical name for monkeypox? Because I saw it and I couldn't pronounce it.
It's orthopox virus.
Orthopox virus.
Yes, and I'm just gonna be transparent. I looked it up because I heard you say you was gonna ask me. I had
okay. Yo, I don't want
monkeypox to me, and when you said that, I said, "Oh shit, let me look it up." Because
how scared should we be about this?
We should be very, because of the fact that it's starting out like COVID. They don't have enough vaccines. They're not making any more until next year. They're really not sure how to treat it. The medication that they say you should take is almost impossible to get. So
it's almost impossible to get or give. You said to get. Oh, to get.
Yes.
And I saw some adjustment.
It's worse than COVID, because COVID, even though some doctors went against the grain and gave the medication that shall not be named, that helped save a lot of lives. For this, don't have a backup plan.
My God.
And by the way, I'm free and clear because I told y'all I had a pharmacist that reported me for prescribing that medication to a patient.
Right.
And a bunch of doctors did a lawsuit because the medication was saving lives. So they dropped all of their cases.
Good. So you was vindicated. Go ahead, so you beat the case. Murder was the case and she beat it. All right.
Which is our Teflon Don.
Yeah.
This is scary.
Until they say that word again now. You learn your lesson. I ain't even mentioned.
I'm afraid for the schools as well. Like, I went to go school shopping and my daughter told me, she said, I don't need new school clothes. All I want is a hazmat suit, some gloves, and goggles.
Just saw a little boy with, I can't imagine how it's going to spread through schools. Jesus. I remember. Man, oh man. I've been saying, look, I'm not staying inside. You're not getting me to stay inside. Then I saw that monkeypox. I said, well, you know what? We can't DoorDash because I'm not.
It's overrated.
It's overrated. Outside is overrated. We can stay home. We can play some Jenga. Yeah, I got BET Plus now. Hulu. Now I know this is unfair because I don't think anybody knows this, but why haven't they told us like how this monkeypox originated? Like, where was step one? Like, what happened to create this virus? Do you think this? All right, we don't want to get in trouble. Do you think this may have been created?
Man.
Or did something happen? What
I'm not going to say it was created, but I'm just going to say it's very convenient.
This is what I'm saying, man.
Very, very convenient. We always have some type of global catastrophe before an election.
And the midterms are coming, and next thing you know, before you know it.
And it's also a distraction from the inflation. It's a distraction from all of the other stuff that's going on. They want you looking over here to where you're gonna look up one day. You focusing on monkeypox, and you're gonna look up one day and gas is gonna be $8. And you're like, how did that happen? A loaf of bread is $5.
According to Google,
you have to keep your eyes on everything because they'll get you distracted and then sneak other stuff on you. Like, a lot of people are distracted with TV and reality and TikTok and not paying attention to other things that are going on. And they look up and their rent is $1,800 and you didn't know how. Well, the warning with signs was there because they have been saying for months before the prices actually went up, their prices was going up. And that's why I was telling everybody to start your business, find you a way so you can have your own prices to increase so you can make up the difference. Because when the gas prices went up, I didn't cry. I just went and raised my prices.
Right.
So I didn't feel it.
That's what everybody had to do.
Everybody didn't get raises at their jobs. Like when those places want to raise all these prices, you're not getting raises at your job. So I got to pay more for gas. I got to pay
That's
more
why
for
you
gas, pay
need
more for
your own
everything.
business.
But at that point, you don't have it. In that moment, if that person didn't have it, they was out of luck.
But this is why
I've been telling people for 3 years to start that business. I have proof that I told everybody that this day was coming. I said on a video, I said, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm telling you right now, things are going to get bad. And if you don't have a way to bring extra income into your house, you're going to suffer. I said that for 3 years.
Man, this is spooky. Let me tell you what else is spooky. How the
the
hell did The Simpsons have an episode with monkeypox?
I saw that.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
And they called it monkeypox?
They didn't call it monkeypox, but he was sitting on the couch next to a monkey. And then the next scene, it rashed blisters all over his body.
All on his body. How does this always happen, though? How do they do like
that was probably what 8 years ago, 10 years ago.
The Simpsons have been doing this for years. They've been predicting stuff. They predicted they
coronavirus.
Had the coronavirus. They predicted
man behind the yo.
No, I am sitting there going like, this is bizarre. But go ahead. What's the definition? What did you read on Google?
So the monkeypox, the cases of the first case of monkeypox reported in humans involved in contact between humans and animals in the African rainforest. So they try to blame black folk too with the African part. But in the African rainforest, that was my takeaway. So that's when it first created. So somebody was doing something with a monkey, trying to see what it felt like. I'm assuming.
I'm just going to say this. There's quite a few research articles that I've read, and it seems like they're trying to make it seem like it's predominantly in black people. But for some reason, they have combined black people and Hispanic people to make our percentage higher than whites. But if you separate it, it's lower. So it's all about reading the fine print and trying to figure out what they're doing. Because according to the article, it was 50-something% of black, it said black people, and 41% of white people. But when they broke it down, it was like 28 Hispanic, 23 black, and then 40 white. But the way they wrote it and combined it, they made it seem like it's predominantly black. So when you're reading research articles, I'll tell everyone, don't just read the title. Right. You have to read the entire thing, because the truth is in the actual reading of it. Because the title will be what they want you to get from it, but you need to read it for yourself to come up with your own conclusions.
It's going to always be skewed because there's more white people in the world, though. So the demographics are always, every time somebody give me a stat, I'll be like, well, how many people were looked at? How many people were surveyed? Because it's clearly more white people. So it can never really be a black dominated.
I don't think there's more white people in the world, actually.
Stop
I don't
playing.
think
You out your mind. I already did the research. I did the research with
Well, they're actually, we're
China got over 1 billion people itself.
Abortion is now illegal.
Right.
Oops, did I say that?
Yeah, that's exactly. No, you're right. You're right. But it does prove one thing with these numbers. It does prove Jay-Z was wrong about one thing when he said women lie, men lie, numbers don't. Numbers can't lie. You just got to manipulate it in a certain way to
numbers don't lie if you read.
Right, if you read the whole thing, but they can be used. What is the name of this new virus that is being reported in China? I don't know. I hear that it's bad also. Hope it doesn't come over here.
I don't know. All I know is I'm doing immune boosters. I'm doing IV therapy. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and praying. It's been 3 years and nobody in my house has caught COVID. So I'm praying the same thing happens with the monkeypox.
The moon what? What is that? The moon what? The moon boosters?
Immune.
Oh, immune boosters. Oh, you're talking about all the vitamins that you're taking?
It's a virus. So I'm hoping that the same thing that we do protect ourselves from COVID will protect us from monkeypox. The vitamin C, the vitamin D, the things like that you're doing, the disinfecting with monkeypox is vital because it's touch, it's contact. So if you're not disinfecting your car, if you're not disinfecting your office, if you're not disinfecting your home, if you're not disinfecting that stuff you bring it into your house.
So according to census in 2020, United is 231 million white people, and it's 41 million black people. 231 versus 41.
But it's not just black and white though. You have
I just wanted to look at how many white people.
That's in America.
That's in
You keep
United
saying
States.
in the world. That's what I'm saying.
United States. I'm where we live at in the United States. There's
Yes.
231 million white people.
Oh yeah.
And
But I
there's
kept
only
saying that's why
41 million black. So
But
there's
that's
no
why I
way that our
said.
numbers will be way more.
Yeah, but
There's
that's
way
what
more
I
million.
said. That's why I said you keep saying the world, and I was like, I don't think there are more white people than anybody else in the world. I'm not sure. Regardless, it I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that we're at a place right now again. We ain't even finished COVID. Like COVID ain't even had a grand finale yet. Like we ain't even end that story. And now they mixing a new song in. I thought it was a new virus surge.
We are in a surge of COVID right now. Just so you know.
It's the election time, so everything comes up. It's almost the midterm.
Well, I blame the news and the media. And like again, I tell you, I've been doing lives forever. They stopped talking about it. So people went on about their lives. And if you don't check the numbers regularly like I do, because it's part of my job, you would have thought that COVID was gone because nobody was talking about it. But all the other countries, when the numbers started spiking over there, I said, y'all better get ready because it starts there and then it comes here.
Well, what people
talk
about right now, switch. Oh, go ahead, Mike. You want something?
No. When did CNN take the ticker off? They had the ticker on there forever showing me second by second who was catching it, how many people were catching it, who was passing away from it. I want to know the day that got taken off. Like, we're good. This story
they even took away the one where you can go and look at your county. They took away the ones that tell you how many cases you get every day and just have every 7 days. So that number's lower. So you really don't know how many new cases every day. I thought that was strategic as well to make the numbers look lower than what they were. Because if you look and you see you have 15 new cases in one day, that's kind of, eye-opening. But if they do a 7-day average, that's not going to be 15. So it's going to be a lower number. So you don't think it's as bad as it is. So I tell everybody for the monkeypox, research and keep up with how many are the numbers are in your state. And then when it shows up at your state, then start researching and seeing how many numbers are in your county. When it gets to your county, that's when you need to go in your house.
I know it's 7 cases in Trenton, New Jersey. And Trenton, New Jersey ain't too far from where I'm at over in PA.
Jeez, it ain't too far where I'm at. It's like 35 minutes.
Well, I know also get here because I went out the other day and my daughter were the only two. We went to the school, the open house Monday. My daughter and I were the only two with a mask on. Nobody.
Y'all looking like the eyeballs. Y'all looking like punks. Oh,
yeah. Now they make you look weird. I say it all the time. No matter what you do, you look weird. When you do wear them, people look at you crazy.
I don't care what people say. I say, it's been 3 years and I haven't caught COVID. I got a lot of acne scars from wearing the mask for 3 years, but I'll take that over COVID any day because it's the long-term effects that are really hit this insomnia, this depression. Like I'm getting that back to back to back. People can't sleep. People can't concentrate. Like it's really affecting them mentally. And then when I draw their labs, their clotting factors are through the roof. That puts you at risk for a heart attack and stroke. So if you're not going to the doctor and you done had COVID, you playing Russian roulette, in my opinion.
Nikki White Chocolate, you want Jay Black to keep you updated? All he doing is Googling.
News source.
He's just Googling. That's all he doing.
I be in the groups. I be in the little town neighborhood watch.
He ain't got a plug. You act like he got a medical plug. Shaquisha is our plug.
I'll keep you up to date, Nikki. Also in the news.
Hold on, but I wanted to say something. Shaquisha said inflation went up. So she had to raise her prices. And then Jay tried to push back. Yeah, but everybody else salaries ain't getting raised. But this is what Bernie Sanders had been trying to tell everybody for years, that the minimum wages are a joke because you can't live off a minimum wage. So that shouldn't be the minimum wage. But everybody said you're crazy. They're like, Bernie Sanders, you're gonna but okay, so how else everybody don't have a college education? Everybody's not going to own a business. So the people who are working, why don't you give them a livable wage that actually equals what it takes to pay at least rent? At least rent. But you can't even pay rent on some of these minimum wages.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is you don't need a college education to own a business.
Of course not. Yeah, of course not. College. Yeah, of course not. Of course, yeah. I'm just saying hypothetically.
Business too, though.
Right.
You got to be able to bring income in. You put more money out than you got coming in. Like just being the realist here. Everybody ain't gonna be able to do that. So
and that's the
that's
question
all
said
my
you need to
pushback
read
is.
the whole.
Everybody is able to do that. It's not everybody wants to do the work that it takes to do that. That's
Or they've been trained to be
anybody
scared.
can start a business if they wanted to.
True.
Right.
It's about getting up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and putting in the work that it takes to make the business successful. Getting up and posting those ads, going out, knocking on doors and putting flyers on people's cars. That's the thing that people don't want to do.
Y'all we rather post pictures of fake vacation spots that we try and act that are vacation spots than trying to post something promoting whatever you want to do with your career or researching the stuff that you want to do. And the other thing, Sequisa made a good point. We don't read the whole article. I'm famous for that too. I blame Instagram. I can't get some of y'all to read my caption. Like we won't read captions. Yo, people yell at Facebook because they do have long ass things that they put on there. People can't read that.
And I put that up the other day. People don't read. I had an ad where I had put I'm doing skinny shots. I put the date. I put the time. I put the price. And I can't tell you how many messages I got. People asking me how much it costs.
How much it costs? Yeah, I see that a lot with people posting. Like, how much? They said it right there, like right, yeah. And they just say, "Yo, how
Mike,
much?"
when's the show? It says it on the flyer. It's right there. It's the 23rd. It's right. It's big too. It's the 23rd.
I disagree with you, Tushambi. I believe that anyone can be a leader. It starts with your mindset. Once you decide that you are a leader, then you're a leader. It's just that simple.
We don't, and the thing about, listen, I know we complain about America. No, I don't want to live anywhere else simply because I don't know anything about anywhere else. I don't know anything about other countries. I'm sure if I visited more countries and I traveled more, there'd probably be a country that I'd be like, yo, I could live here. So, okay. So yeah, I want to live in America and all that good stuff. But we're not trained in our educational system to be leaders. We're trained to be part of the herd. We're trained to do everything that everybody does. Everybody do this.
We're trying to work on the plantations.
Yeah, and then they only give certain people have it within them that they are just natural born leaders. But if you train people with that mindset from the beginning, just like they trained us to believe whatever they wanted us to believe from the first grade to the 12th grade, then if you do 4 more years of college and then graduate school and all that other stuff, yeah, we'd have more leaders. But that means everybody's starting to get rich. And a lot of rich people don't want other people getting rich.
They don't. I went to nursing. I got my master's degree as a nurse practitioner, and they didn't offer not one business class. Why? Because the goal for nurse practitioners was to always to work for a doctor. Like when I first started my practice, I cannot tell you the amount of time I wasted explaining to people that it was my business. And right. I have this thing right now when someone asks me for my supervising collaborative, I say I don't have a supervising collaborative. I don't have a supervising physician. I have a collaborative physician. There's a difference. A supervising physician is someone that you work for. A collaborative is somebody that works for you. Right. There's a difference.
Talk your talk, Sequisa. Let them chicks know. Let them people know. That's what we do. Switching things up. I know we it was Black Twitter's been in an uproar, and I wanted to get y'all thoughts. There's a Nike ad. We all like Nike. Everybody, like Nike. Who don't like Nike? So there's a Nike ad with a black guy wearing a skirt, and and people are saying a lot about this image here, and it's demasculating men. It's trying to soften black men up to be gay guys, and it's all types of thought processes out there related. Is it just a good campaign ad? Should black people be wearing skirts like this? Does this make it gay? Like, what do we think? What are we looking at?
Go ahead, Zaquisa. Does she freeze?
I'm confused. I don't understand the purpose of the skirt. And what does that have to do with so proud to be black? I don't get it.
Dog. I say this all the time, y'all. I say this all the time. Marketing, the influence of this stuff is a big. This is what dictates cultural change. Marketing. It dictates cultural change. That's what they do. That's why they get paid so much money. When you're in sales and advertising, and you bring this storyline
Mm-hmm.
and this ad to the board, there's an agenda. Now, whatever you want to call it, if you want to call it a gay agenda, whatever the agenda is, if you want to call it the agenda where the agenda is we want black men to stop having babies. How about that?
So proud to
be black. I don't know what the skirt has to do with it.
I don't either.
But
one thing I have noticed is a big trend on social media is the guys that are wearing wigs and dressing like women and wearing makeup. Those are the ones that are going viral. I don't understand that. Like, why are we putting so much emphasis on black men acting like black women? If you already have a black woman, what, like, I don't, it's funny to me how everybody can get famous for acting like a black woman and a black woman. If you see a white woman acting like a black woman, she gets famous. If you see a black man acting like a black woman, she gets famous. If you see a black woman acting like a black woman, she's ghetto. It makes no sense to me.
Absolutely everything you said is factual. But when you have these conversations, this is why people won't have these conversations when you're on a network or you're on a streaming or whatever. If you're on Netflix, whatever, or you're on a talk show on CNN, nobody wants to say there is an agenda behind this. That doesn't mean I'm homophobic. That doesn't mean that I have any phobia of anything, of transgender or anything. I'm saying what they're doing is they're using your culture, your sexuality. They're using it for a reason. And it's not even, I'm not blaming this on gay people. I'm blaming this on the people behind the scenes who are sitting there with their little blueprint and the plan and how they're influencing. Okay, so if it's okay to wear a skirt, the one thing I stopped saying is I will never, at 51 now I can say it. There's certain things I will never wear. But when you're 17 and you're in high school,
that part,
and skirts start becoming the new thing,
you gonna wear a skirt,
and you gonna have a skirt on.
I never wore hammer pants. Hammer pants was a thing.
Well, I'm not saying everybody, Jay, and not everybody, but did you see how many people wore hammer pants?
Everybody.
How many people wore hammer pants? They wore hammer pants.
I had them in every color.
There is something going on.
But it's programming.
Programming.
And it's really targeted towards the young men who don't have a male figure in their life.
Oh, now you're getting somewhere now. Yep. Oh, they ain't got no daddies in the house, huh? There ain't no black man with no daddy there. This is what this means.
Because that's who is gonna look at that and think that's cool. If they don't have a black man and say, no, this is not how you represent yourself. If you want to represent yourself as black excellence, and you put on you some slacks, a nice shirt and a tie. You don't put on a skirt.
Lady Q comment brought to you by WokeUpInspired.com. Y'all do know the clothes don't determine sexuality, don't y'all? I absolutely know that.
I agree, but I disagree.
I know it doesn't determine.
I think it's certain things that men should not wear, and the skirt is one. I'm sorry. I don't care how fine you are. I don't care how much money you have. If you come at me with a skirt on, I'm looking at you sideways. And it's not because of sexuality. It's because for me, I'm attracted to a masculine man, and a masculine man would not wear a skirt in my eyes.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with being gay.
I want to make sure that you understand. I'm not saying wearing them skirts are being gay. I'm saying there is a blueprint.
It's inappropriate
for some. Yeah, for me, I'm not going to wear a skirt. And I know in some certain cultures, skirts are called something else. I forget what they're called. They're when men wear them.
What does that Antoine say? I don't want no smoke, Lady Q. I don't want no smoke.
No, that's good. No, speak your mind. I love. I
don't want her coming down on me.
No, she can't come down on you. She ain't nobody. She doing the regular comments like everybody else.
I don't want no smoke.
Yeah, she don't be right half the time. That's what I be telling
her. We ain't gonna get into it. I don't need to start flying.
I told her yesterday.
This morning, you might want to be quiet.
When we got into this yesterday, I said, "Well, why? Well, the whole pink and blue thing." I said, "Well, why at every baby shower, pink is representing girl? But why? It shouldn't be that way." And she's going on, but that's the reality about what it shouldn't be. A black man should not be wearing no skirt. I'm with you. So
but don't you have a son?
he is not wearing no skirt, I would have a problem with
would
that.
she be okay with him though if he decided?
Oh, I'm sure she would. She would say, "Do you?" and go cry in the corner and don't be manly. Like she's all for this 2022 wave of no. That's not my mentality. I disagree.
Yeah. And I just want to repeat for Lady Q because the comments, her fingers can't move fast enough right now. So I know they can't move. Good morning. I believe the hidden agenda with the skirts is to condition the youth to believe in men and boys in skirts are normal and okay. Listen, I'm not saying dressing makes your sexuality. I don't care if you wear a skirt. I just want y'all to be aware. There's a reason why Nike put a black kid and put proud to be black in a skirt. It doesn't mean that young man is gay for wearing that.
Fuck up. Ain't nobody say shit about don't be manly or whatever. What I say is don't tell my son to not fucking cry because he's a boy. That's
all
what
that
I say.
Crying is
bullshit. No, because if you don't,
skirts,
nobody said nothing about my son wearing a skirt. I have no problem.
You would let him wear it if he wanted to wear a skirt.
No, the fuck I won't let him wear a skirt.
Oh, okay.
But if he wanted to, as he got older, he wanted
did she just contradict herself?
No. I never said I'm okay with my son wearing a skirt. This because I'm not okay with it does not mean he's not allowed to do that. If he throws up and he's gay or he's whatever, that's his fucking choice. I will never disown my fucking son for what he chose to do. I don't have to agree with it. I don't have to like it, but I also don't have to fucking judge it.
Well, I'm judging as a parent.
I don't have to judge it. And don't tell my son that he can't fucking cry. Because what he's gonna do is he's gonna grow up, he's gonna torture a fucking woman like you tortured me because you're emotionally fucking stunted.
Please tell
you're emotionally freaking slow.
Please tell Lady Q I agree with the crying. I agree that boys should be allowed to cry. Please tell her that.
Men can't be emotional. That's some bullshit. And if we know,
just saying toughen up.
And if we know, just because you cry to me, I'm a tough bitch and I cry every fucking day.
Well, females are a double standard. It's a double standard.
I'm tough as fuck.
It's okay for a female to be emotional and cry.
Every day.
You see a black man, your man crying.
For a while.
No. Tears do not equal weakness.
No,
let's go, lady.
Tears does not equal weakness.
If I see a black man,
and again, why does it matter?
You crying? Was it death?
But again,
was it something like deep?
But tell me this. Tell me this.
You crying because you
as a black man, why are you so fucking worried about another black man? Why should you start worrying about what the fuck another black man do? Mind your fucking business.
Well,
mind your own.
Or
how about this? Or how about you worry about why a black man ain't home in the house taking care of his fucking kids? Why is fucking black men fucking deadbeats? Worry about that shit. If we know we're being fucking programmed, why the fuck do we fall for it? Why do we fall for it every goddamn time? We know exactly what fucking crackers is doing when they fucking post that kind of shit. And we fall for it every fucking time. We tear down the black person in the picture. We tear down fucking the way and his son. We tear down. They're attacking from the fucking inside. We know what they fucking doing. And we fall for it every fucking time. We ain't nothing but dumbass niggas to them. We fall for it every fucking time. Stop it. Stop falling for it. Stop fucking talking about it. Stop giving them exactly the fuck they want.
Well, I would like to say with that, that's Lady Q. That was a Q comment. That was a Q comment live. Brought to you by WokeUpInspired.com.
She can holler all she wants, raise her voice. That don't change my perspective.
Stop.
But that doesn't change my perspective. Go ahead.
Stop.
Tell them boys, here's a comment. Tell them boys to toughen up, not allow them to show emotion and talk about their problems equals suicide. Listen, I agree with the crying thing. I cry all the time.
Great. That's not what I was going with. Sheree is a teacher. She want to have the empathy and have people express their thoughts. I'm just saying that it's a different world with a black. I don't know. I just got my opinions, and I guess it's hard for me to articulate it. But the skirts and the crying and the
there's a line. There's a line raising a boy, and it's so hard because they have to go through certain situations that they have to be resilient. But at certain points, they got to show the emotion of how hard things really are. Or else you're gonna suppress things so long, and it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out some other way. It's gonna come out in alcoholism. It's gonna come out in. For me, that's how it came out.
Right.
And that's the fight that I fight because I never was able to deal with all the stuff. So you just suppress it, and then it winds up coming out somehow, some way anyway.
It's going to.
So it came out with me.
I never had boys because that is such a tight rope between being strong because you're supposed to be the leader of your family.
Right.
And how can you lead your family if you're crying every day? Like it's kind of a catch-22. You don't want them to be too soft, but you don't want them to be too tough. So it's really difficult.
Like real talk. is a fine line that America makes. Listen, brown and black people just got a different America. When people said there was two Americas, they damn well meant there was really two Americas, and everybody knows they're two different Americas. A young boy, a white kid, and a teenage white kid, not all, because you got those fathers in every race that are like, you don't cry. But they get therapy. They get to talk to somebody. They get to air it out.
They get second chances.
They get second chances. I like to go on record to say I agree with Lady Q. Afro Queen said that.
But Tashambi said she some of her points are valid, but some are also not.
But I would say, listen, I'll say this.
Don't bring that back.
Hold on. I knew it's gonna bring it back. But here's the problem, Jay Black. You are so guarded that you told me literally on this show that you wanted to let Lady Q know how much you appreciated her, but you couldn't tell her. But you literally you said you couldn't use those words for some reason. You couldn't use those words.
Like sometimes I have moments where I'm thinking all of these deep emotional aspects of certain words that I just can't express and verbally say. So I do have moments where it's like if I spoke that way and talked in that super emotional, deep, way, I just don't talk like that. I have some moments like that. Yeah, I can acknowledge that. So what is your point?
So my point is there's something that happened that you were trained, that those words to tell somebody you love how much you love them is something that you can't get into. Like you have guarded your feelings so much that you literally can't express the person that you know you're going to be with the rest of your life and tell her. And that is the trauma those are I'm going to be sexy Mo. The traumas and triggers that we've gone through our entire life that we never dealt with. And you wind up being 51 years old, in my case, in therapy groups, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then doing a separate personal therapy on Friday, because you were never able to deal with all this. You were never able to find out. I can't tell you what it is. I can't tell you what you went through. You went through it. I don't know what created that barrier, that wall that you put up where it just bothers you to something where you got to literally send her an emoji. You sent her an emoji and you said, that's good enough. I'll send her this happy.
She know I don't express word like in certain words. It's just
get a card.
But she understands it. No, I mean she may not agree all the time, but
find a Hallmark card that says what you want to say that you can't say it.
They got emojis and gifts that that when you see, like, that's deep. Like if I send you a gift and it's something along those lines, like you get it. Like I'm not going all deep in it and like no. But either way, we were talking about black men wearing skirts. That's what we were talking about. That's what we were at.
Put Afro Queen's last comment up. Because Jay Black is so hilarious. Jay Black in his mind, this is hypothetically, I'm not saying this is what Jay Black's thinking. In his mind, he wants to say, look, I've been through a lot in this world and you've been my teammate. You've never wavered. You've always held me down. Without you, I probably wouldn't even be where I'm at today. The love that I have for you is something that's really hard for me to explain. Instead, he'll bring him home a donut.
I knew you like these Boston creams.
I knew you love Boston creams. Got you a Boston cream.
Got you all these minions. The minions you like.
Oh my God. Lady Q comment. He think I'm going to use it against him. And that's how I refuse to raise kids, that we have to heal from not hearing how much they are valued.
Yeah, if I'm in crying in the corner, you remember you sucker, you over there crying because
we ain't asking you to cry in the corner. It ain't a Lifetime movie. We just asking you.
People do throw stuff in your face. I mean, that's why I don't share a lot with certain things. You're not going to I'm not giving you no ammunition to come back to say, yeah, this or no, I'm not.
That's not healthy.
I'm not giving you ammunition.
That's not healthy, though.
I'm not giving you nothing to throw back in my face.
So if somebody's never thrown something back in your face, why would you think they would?
Well, obviously things may have been thrown back in my face, so I don't share because I'm not letting you throw nothing in my face. I'm just not.
Dave Burr said,
I'm more mad at myself.
I don't care.
I'm mad at myself for giving you that ammunition.
If I need to cry, I'm gonna cry. And if you throw it in my face, I'm gonna tell you go yourself.
Yeah, like, Dave Burns says I've reached the stage where
It's not for them, it's for you.
Okay. Dave Burns said, I reached the stage where I'm more focused on raising the man I want my son to become. Though this parenting thing sucks. I'm just going to tell you.
I think it should be more men being the men that they want their sons to become. There's a lot of men that are not doing what they're supposed to do, and a lot of women too, and then expect their kids to do it. How can you expect them to do it if you ain't doing it?
Lady Q comment. He said an emoji and then was annoyed when I sent a response back. Hilarious.
Because I don't hear all that. Like, I don't need all that emotional, all that stuff back. I get it. I'm good. I don't need all that.
I swear y'all need your own show. I would love to see y'all on YouTube.
No, they do. They really do. They just gotta have I don't know. There's got to be some guidelines, some rules. I would love to produce the show and just let them two squares just have a good old fashioned. Because boy,
I'm afraid that would be the end of the marriage.
We debate all the time. I just like when she hoot and holler because that ain't gonna make me. You're not breaking through to me by hollering. Actually, I'm not listening. Wonk 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 wonk. I hear less when you holler at me. Talk to me normal. You can't handle the dialogue and you want to get loud.
From a woman's point of view, when we start to holler, that's because we don't believe you're listening to us.
No, I'm listening and I respond. You're just mad that you can't get through the way you think you try. You can't change my perspective. This is my perspective. You can't change my thought process.
But if you always go in with the mindset that it can't be changed, that's why there's a big issue. Because sometimes it needs to be changed.
But listen to what I'm saying to understand it. Don't just try to change me.
And listen, I can't even get mad because I'm Lady Q. That's my relationship was ruined. I'm Lady Q. I feel like you're not listening to me. I'm just hooting and hollering, and it's on and popping. Like I have a very dysfunctional communication system. Either I don't talk at all, or when I do get to talking, it goes up too many notches, and then the person shuts. Like Jay Black said, the person shuts down and doesn't want to hear it. My husband thinks that too, Lady Q, Ninja. I'm your wife. Okay, Stacey Mitchell. Yeah, we done gone into we man. Who brought up the skirts? That's what you get, Jay Black. You brought up the skirt. You want to talk about it?
No, I just saw Nike with the black man in the skirt.
I was going to talk about Elon Musk selling $6 billion worth of stocks, but of shares of Tesla. Not the emoji, Jay Black. That's why Lady Q going.
She may not agree, but she gets it. Like I'm sure what is Sheree? Sheree sometimes be on my
every once in a while, a woman needs to hear that she's valued.
I'm speaking from my experience. My dad committed suicide. He went to his parents and was told to go to church. Suck it up, pray about it. And the end result was, I'm gonna try to kill my wife and kill myself. Yeah, it's mental health. Mental health. I saw one person who just said they don't believe depression is real. Literally on there. I just saw an interview.
Wow.
Where this guy literally said these people everybody's depressed now. Depression is not real. Dog, nobody wants to be depressed. Nobody wants to be depressed.
I actually had a conversation with my best friend yesterday and told her I think I'm dealing with my own bout of depression.
Facts.
Because people don't show the depression on the outside. They smile, they put on makeup, they show, and then they go home.
Because it ain't for everybody. If I got issues going on or problems, I'm not discussing it. Like I was having some issues with, like I guess my socks was too tight and it was stopping the blood circulation, and I couldn't walk for a minute. Like it was bad. And they said, why you ain't said nothing? And I was like, I didn't realize it's nothing. It's been going on for weeks now. I didn't realize my socks are just too tight, and at night, I guess it does something with the circulation, and then feet can cramp up. And I just thought I need to eat more bananas or something. I didn't know. But either way, she got all upset, and I'm good. Like, I don't need to go through all that.
All of your socks were too tight, or you was just wearing the same socks every day?
No, it's the same pack. I guess it's the certain brand and certain pack. They would just, but that's not. No, I didn't bring that up to get diagnosed. I just was saying that I don't need all of. See, there I go. I shared too much. That's why I can throw it back in my face. You got them tight socks on where your blood circulating. Nigga, you don't even know.
No, I was trying to see if the socks were tight, if your feet were swelling. That's two different things.
No, my feet wasn't.
Stacey Mitchell said, Jay Black, you sound just like my husband, and I'm mad. That's hilarious.
You
and Lady Q should start a support group. Y'all need it.
But no, what Sheree said is deep though. That's deep. But I'm not to bottle it up. And
let me tell you the hardest part about women want a strong man, but get mad when they try to raise one.
You got a point.
That's a point. Women want a strong man. but get mad when they trying to raise one. Listen, man, there's a whole like revolution of what a strong man is supposed to be. And I think the problem is that we think we can make five characteristics that make a strong man. Every person is strong in a different way. Mm-hmm. Every person shows their leadership in a different way. Like it's not like baking a cake. You just put the eggs and blend this up and you put that in. Every person. And the depression thing is, this thing that sucks about depression is that what you said, Shaquisha, you got to go out in these streets and act like everything's okay, and it's exhausting. So what I wind up doing is just isolating because I don't feel like being out there and everybody thinks I'm supposed to be funny and crack because ain't nothing funny right now.
Right.
Like, so, depression is real. And it's I don't have the answer, dog. Let me tell you, I'm hugging trees. I'm doing whatever it takes, yo. I'm doing whatever it takes.
Yeah, Mike hugging trees. Yeah.
Strong doesn't mean no emotion. Yeah, because we're okay if LeBron James cries after winning a championship.
Yeah,
right.
We're okay if Michael Jordan cries when he holds the NBA trophy. Dog. But then we're not okay if he cries. Are we saying we're not okay if he cries when he's sharing his emotions in an interview? When he's talking about his upbringing, or when he's sharing the stuff that he had to go through in the NBA, or the rumors that got put out about his mom and stuff like that.
What's weird about that, J-Boy? That's a
normal emotion. I know Ronnie Perry Live is up in 2 minutes.
That's got to be really hard to always hold your emotions in. I couldn't imagine a life like that. Like that leads to heart attacks. That leads to strokes. That leads to so much damage on your body. When you have emotions, they need to come out.
All right. Well,
aboveaveragehealthcare.com. If you want Shaquisha, you want to get them skinny shots.
Skinny shots. Get those skinny shots.
Get them skinny shots. Her clients are losing weight. I saw a post and I was happy for you. Her clients, their weight is falling off and you need her help and assistance. Aboveaveragehealthcare.com is the website. You don't have to be just in the Dallas, Texas area. She can help you in outside of Texas. She can be your virtual nurse practitioner. So hit up the website aboveaveragehealthcare.com. That was our sponsorship. Thank you, Shaquisha. Mike Shawn, go ahead and end the show because we got to go.
Roddy Perry Live is up next. Check me out on a Human Mill app today at 1 o'clock for the Box Seat Sports podcast. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that and understand.
Oh, and Shawnee may be back Friday. Big announcement. Shawnee may be back Friday. A birdie told me. We'll see.
All right. That'll be the best Friday of the freaking.
And I'm gonna show up so I can show out because I'm mad at her right now.
Years. Love me for who I am, not who you want to be, because I can never be that and understand there's only one thing in life that is guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in life. Fight for your happiness and never let anybody take it from you. Thank you, Shaquisha. Everybody go to that website. Thank you, Lady Q. We got a bang in the door, wave in the 4-4. Jay Black. Sexy Mo will be back tomorrow. Yeah.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legend, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby.